Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about a fresh release from Zvezda. Some of you asked to review this kit, so here we are. It's the Amphibious Armored Personal Carrier MTLB in 135 scale, and as far as I remember, it's a new tooled release, so it might be interesting for modelers who would like to replicate this one in some modern, let's say, diorama projects. And the kit number is 3652, so what I have here on the table, that's the final shape of the release, and it means you will be getting exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. So here is comparison with my hand, and also we have quite nice box art here. Then on the side here you can see some information about the kit. So it's written that we have 230 parts, and assembled vehicle will be 18.4 centimeters long. And by the way, here is the GAS 66. I reviewed it as well, so you can find it easily on the YouTube channel. And here we can also see 3 other kits from this brand. I reviewed some of them, so you can also check them on the same YouTube channel. What I'm doing right now is cutting through this seal or sticker with Zvezda logo, because that's how they usually protect their boxes from opening. So if you don't have this seal, it means that somebody was trying to, or not trying, but was actually opening it. And these recent releases in this month, they are packed in a quite tight way. As you can see, I'm barely lifting this flap off the side, but here you can see that inside we have a quite sturdy cardboard box. So I'm going to open it right now, and let's check what is inside. So there is, by the way, plenty of space. So I'm not sure if it was necessary to have such large box. Maybe it was done in order to have the hull parts in place and not to have them on separate small frames. So for some modelers this is definitely an advantage, because they don't have to deal with the crazy amount of tiny sprues and risk losing them, of course. So I'm opening the first plastic bag with 2 identical plastic sprues, so here they are. I will show you only one because they carry the same set of parts. Here we have the parts for the road wheels, and also we get the tracks. So I will zoom in a bit. And now you can see that well, the overall molding quality looks fine, and of course these plastic tracks, they are looking really great. I like the external features, and they are also pre-shaped, so they will replicate the sag, just like on the real vehicle. We have the separate hatches here. The road wheels here are molded together with the rubber sections. These are the opposite sides as far as I can guess, because if I flip over these parts, as you can see here, we have the empty section, so I think these two will have to be combined, but we will see it in the assembly manual. And as for the drive sprockets, we have attachment points right on the teeth, so everything is done in the right way, and you won't have any unnecessary issues, because some manufacturers just love to place the attachment points between the teeth, and it's a bit problematic to remove such things. But here we have the proper design, so you shouldn't be worried about any difficulties while working with this plastic. And now I'm opening another plastic bag, so just give me a second to cut through it, and we will take a closer look together. So just give me a moment. Okay, so here we have bigger plastic sprues. I think there are 2 of them, and as you can guess, these will be needed for the hull parts of your MTLB. So on the first frame here we get the hull sections for the top, and I'll just zoom out so that you can see the whole. So here you can see that these parts should be combined together, and also we have the rear hatch with the separate doors. It's a really cool thing because you can open them for some diorama ideas, maybe some soldiers jumping out or something like this. We also have quite good external features, and here as you can see all hatches are also separate. Again, a good thing to have in 135 scale, so definitely a welcome thing. And if I flip over this plastic sprue here inside, as you can see, we have some guiding elements, so it will be easy to combine all of this stuff together. And I think it's definitely a smart design, which should be quick to assemble. And as you remember, the model is not that big for 135 scale, but it still might be large for some modelers. So here we continue with the panels for the lower hull section. This is the floor panel. Here we have also the track links, more of them. The towing cable is molded in plastic. And also here we have the side panels for the lower hull section, which will be installed here. These are obviously the side skirts. And just to show you the features on this floor panel, so here you can see them. Even though this part or this section of the vehicle will be barely visible, as you can see, still Zvezda decided to replicate some stuff. There is no interior in this kit, by the way, so unfortunately you can open the rear doors, but there will be emptiness inside, and that's why I mentioned the figurines, because otherwise it would be a really strange scene with nothing inside. And the same can be said about the top hatches as well. So if you plan to open them, plan to combine it with some figurine placement, because otherwise it will be, I would say, making the whole picture worse than improving it. Next we continue here with decals. For this I will close the lenses a bit. And as you can see, decal sheet is not that huge, but the printing quality looks great, and from what I can see we have the full number registry, so you are free to replicate something different from what is offered here. We also have the chrome decal. I guess this one will be used for the rear view mirror. This is a typical thing for Zvezda. And what is also cool is that we get the clear parts. These were packed together with decals, and as you can see the molding quality is great. There are no masks supplied, but I think they still looking nice, and they should be a nice upgrade for your vehicle. And this will be handy for the frontal section, as you remember, because if you open the hatches it will be visible. But first let me show you the marking guide, which is printed in color. So as you can see here we have the first marking option, and I wonder if there will be something different. Yeah, the full camouflaged vehicle. But of course nobody stops you from replicating something completely different, because as I said, we have the full number registry, and I think there is plenty of reference material nowadays, and you can find some quite cool diorama ideas or build ideas. So as for the assembly manual, this one is black and white. Here we have the short history note and also 2 assembly options. So as you can see, we have the hatches open or closed. This is the main difference, but I guess you can do the same with the rear section as well, or rear doors. So here we continue with the parts map, and then assembly process starts with the lower hull section. As you can see, there will be some bulkheads installed, but that's pretty much all of the internal parts going in. So if you would like to show what is inside, well, you won't be able to show much, because the kit does not feature some interior things. Here we also have the tracks assembly, and then we continue with the side skirts, and then we start working on the top hull section. So as you can see, all of these separate doors and hatches, they are actually nicely detailed, even the front one. But again, the question is what to expose. I guess maybe some aftermarket brands will come up with something, but now you can only use it for some figurines placement. And here you can see some last steps. So you install the towing cable, also some mud guards and the turret, and also this assembly option with the open or closed front hatches on the glacis plate. But overall I really like the quality of this kit, so what you get here is looking really nice for 1/35 scale. And it should be already available. You can get it in any good model shop. And of course I will be happy to hear your opinion, so do not forget to write it here in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.